everyone, and welcome to Cinematic Cosmos Critique. It's crazy to think that it's been over 15 years since the first Iron movie hit the theaters. I was just a kid back then, wide-eyed and glued to the screen as Tony Stark donned the first iconic red and gold suit for the very first time. Fast forward to today, and now I'm 20, eagerly watching Deadpool and Wolverine team up in the latest MCU flick. It's like I've grown up alongside these characters, literally. And today, I want to take a trip down memory lane and talk about what it's been like growing up with these Marvel cinemas. Back in 2008, Iron Man was more than just another superhero movie. It was the start of something epic. As a kid, seeing Tony Stark build that suit in a cave was just mind-blowing. It wasn't just the action that captivated us, it was the realization that superheroes could be more than just comic book pages. They could be real. They could be us. The MCU didn't just introduce us to heroes, it redefined what a hero could be. Then came the Avengers, where we saw our favorite characters, each with their unique personalities and powers, unite for the first time. And for a 10-year-old kid, this was like watching your action figures just come to life. These MCU movies weren't just about saving the world, they were about discovering new worlds, new ideas, and new possibilities. They laid the foundation for what would become not just a franchise, but a global phenomenon. And let's be honest, they made being a superhero fan really cool. And as we grew up, so did the MCU. By the time Guardians of the Galaxy rolled around, we were ready for something different, something that spoke to our growing taste for the unexpected. It brought a new, quirky vibe that felt fresh and exciting, with characters that were flawed, funny, and surprisingly relatable. Who would have thought that a talking raccoon and a tree with a 3-word vocabulary could steal our hearts? But it wasn't just about humor. Winter Soldier came along and flipped the script, introducing a darker, more complex narrative that dealt with themes of trust, betrayal, and the blurred lines between right and wrong. It was a movie that made us think, made us question, and showed us that the MCU was capable of much more than just flashy battles and a snappy one-liner. And that Black Panther, what can I say? It was more than just a movie, it was a movement. It shattered records, broke boundaries, and gave us a hero who represented so much more than just strength and bravery. The MCU was evolving, becoming more inclusive, more reflective of the world we live in, and more resonant with the struggles and aspirations of its diverse audience. These weren't the superhero flicks anymore, they were reflections of the new world we were starting to understand as teenagers. The MCU grew more layered, and so did we. And who can forget the collective gasp when Thanos snapped his fingers? That moment wasn't just a plot twist, it was a cultural event. We all sat there, mouths agape, as our beloved heroes turned into dust. It was a moment that transcended the screen, sparking debates, theories, and endless conversations. Or the goosebumps we all felt when those portals opened in Endgame. That scene wasn't just about bringing the heroes together, it was about bringing us together. It was a payoff that had been building for over a decade, and it was a moment that we all experienced collectively, whether we were in a packed theater or watching at home with friends. These weren't just movie moments, they were shared experiences that connected us across time and space. We sat in theaters, surrounded by strangers, yet all of us were connected by the same thrill, the same heartbreak. The MCU became a part of our cultural language, something that bound us together no matter where we were or where we were from, what our background was. It gave us a common ground, a shared history, and a collection of moments that we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives. But beyond the excitement and the epic battles, the MCU has had a profound impact on our generation. It gave us heroes who weren't perfect, who had flaws, who made mistakes, who sometimes failed. Tony Stark's journey from a self-absorbed billionaire to the man who made the ultimate sacrifice showed us the power of growth and redemption. His arc wasn't just about heroism, it was about humanity, about realizing that the true strength lies in vulnerability, in the willingness to change and make amends. The stories of characters like Black Panther and Captain Marvel broke new grounds, pushing for representation and diversity in ways that resonated deeply with us. They weren't just heroes, they were symbols of hope, of progress, of the world we aspire to build. The MCU has mirrored our journey, reflecting the challenges, the growth, and the aspirations of a generation that came of age in a rapidly changing world. We saw ourselves in these characters, in their struggles, their triumphs, and their journeys of self-discovery. The MCU didn't just entertain us, it taught us, it inspired us, and it helped shape the way we see the world and our place in it. And now here we are in our 20s with the MCU still going strong. Infinity War and Endgame felt like the culmination of everything we'd grown up with. The stakes were higher, the emotions were deeper, and let's be real, that final battle was something else we'd been waiting for our whole lives to see. It just wasn't an ending, it was a new beginning. A reminder that the journey is far from over, and now with Deadpool and Wolverine entering the MCU, it's like the universe is still evolving with us. These characters are edgier, the humor is darker, and the stories are more mature, just like we are now. The MCU continues to push boundaries, to challenge expectations, and to explore new territories, just as we do in our own lives. We're not the same kids who watched the Iron Man all those years ago. We've grown, we've changed, and so has the MCU. And this is one of the criticism MCU has faced throughout their journey from post-Endgame, that parents usually want their movies to be according to the kids of the newer generations, but generations like us, we want the theme to just go towards a darker tone, just like DCEU. And this is exactly what Marvel did with the latest Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and this is exactly what they should have done in Thor Love and Thunder, but they received a backlash, and we all know what the reason were, but yet MCU is growing and evolving. So what about you? What's been your experience growing up with the MCU? How have these stories shaped you? Let's dive into the comments and share our journeys together. Because just like the MCU, our story is still unfolding. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because just like the MCU, our adventure is far from over. Cinematic Cosmos Critique, signing out.